intentional, because you're living in interesting times where people have learned to manufacture so many lies that the truth becomes a delusion. They don't even remember that one day they ever spoke anything that is true. The politician syndrome. A politician will always stand up in a podium, wherever it may be, will tell you one thing, they'll do the direct opposite once they get into power. And the sad thing, you keep bringing them back and back, and they keep giving the same lie. And at some point, you need to ask yourself, do I love the circus because I love the clown? And at the end of the day, the thing we keep forgetting is when we are not intentional with our words, when we are not intentional with the things that we do, we erode trust. We erode a lot of foundations that could have helped us reach places and spaces. And eventually we become stuck or dormant, depending on how you choose to look at it. And we end up forgetting the value of life, the value of community, the value of friendship, the value of truth. But we are so stuck. We are so stuck with their lives. We are so stuck with everything. And at the end of the day, we lose it all. What's the point of doing all that effort in a business only for you to become a scammer, when you could have used the same strength and ideas to be creative enough to do the same thing, something super better? The thing is, when you look at people within particular that kind of industry, they are so good at destroying. Yet that same energy if they use, they could have done so much good. And you end up losing so many people. A business starts up and someone decides to be, to lie to their investors. What happens over time? The business goes down. If they use the same energy, time, and all that stuff, wouldn't that business have profited? Because now it goes down. While now they're wanted by the authorities, they are under a lot of litigation, and depending on the weight of every case, they may be locked up even for years. Is it really worth wasting all that time lying when you could use the same energy to do the truth and something that was beneficial? Politician gets into power, gives all the lies, the same strength they would have used, they would have developed their country and all that stuff. And the problem with not being intentional is we lack accountability. We want to shift blame to other people, but we always forget that so you have one finger pointing, but you have three pointing back at you. Forget about the three pointing back at you, reminding you that, hey, maybe you need to do your own self-examination. And again, let me go back to the scamming, because it's become too much and too common. Let's talk about the people who get swindled their money through some of these companies they choose to invest in. And and in that process, they end up losing. What's the one thing most of them say when they're really telling the truth? They're like, I knew I was going to buy in and I'll be the first one to pull the rug. What they forgot is they're not just one, they're one among 1,000. So there are 1,000 people thinking like that one person. But they forget there's the one who built that system. They only knew when to pull the rug when all of you got into whatever service or product they were giving. But imagine if all those people, together with the scammer, all sat and did something that would help them. Not a get rich quick scheme. They would all been benefited and have grown. You see, shortcuts never ends well. Shortcuts are very expensive. It destroys, it erodes, and again, we have no winners. No winners today, no winners tomorrow. And there are things you can't buy, and that's time. Every millisecond gone, every second gone, every minute gone, every hour, every day, you can never get it back. It's gone, it's gone. And every decision you make compounds over time. And eventually, you do get what was meant for you, depending on where you invested. There's so much you can do by being intentional, being authentic. You look at some of our media houses, and they will sell you gambling, betting, and all that, that space of where people are losing money, You look at it from the same, these are your people. These are people who stream, or these are people who watch your content. What if you gave them things that were healthy, anti-health, anti-gambling kind of things, anti-this, so that you can build? would they not then build up your organization over time because they are healthy? If they're all gambling their life away, they are losing. How then do you get the people to help build your business when you're literally destroying them? Same logic, look at content. Most of these content creators or celebrities or influencers, they do a lot of destruction by the type of content they give out. Whether your product or service can lead to issues of cancer or any other ailment, whether it's mental, social, whatever it may be. You keep forgetting the same people who follow you, who trust you. If you give them something that was positive, they will grow, bring more people, and will grow as a community. But I think, but instead of thinking of community, you're stuck up with the lies, you're stuck up with your own delusion, you're stuck up with all these greed, that eventually the people who had more potential to help you grow and each one of you grow as a community, you end up destroying them. So when you destroy them, they are not of any service to you. So you'll always have to go back and find new people to lie to. But you forget, when these people, the people you lie to, your name has already gone down the mud. So they'll tell other people and other people. So these new people you think you can bring into your channel or wherever it may be, no, they don't trust you because they already have an image of what you've done to another person. So at the end of the day, who wins? Because all I see is losing on both sides of the camp. They're losing from the person who is giving the product or the service or the company, the business, the content creator, or the politician, and the consumers, whether are the citizens or whatever type of clientele or niche market you've taken. You keep losing every time you lie. You keep losing every time you take advantage of the people who trust you. You come into a family, you tell them there's this business, they invest in it, they did it thinking they'll be able to get something out of it in the times and the economy that you're living in, only for you to destroy them. You destroy so much, so much, when all you could have done is just be intentional with your words and with your action. It costs nothing to do good, but it will cost you everything to do bad. It will cost you a reputation. It can cost your life. It will cost not only you, but the people who are associated with you, directly or indirectly, whether family, whether friends, whether community. For example, if someone from a particular nation or community goes to a place and they go and trash that place, the people who are affected by that person's action will pick this person and say this person represents maybe that ethnicity or that community or that tribe or that nation. Now, every other person who will come will then be put under this blanket where they're saying, no, you're from that country. And that's why there are particular countries where they're not allowed visa because of 1 or 5 or 10 elements who went up trashing everywhere. And people realized, I think this could be a country issue. But that's not a country issue. It's 5 or 10 or 15 elements who were not handled by even their own country well. Because of lack of handling them, everybody else believes this is what you condone. It's like this. If you see someone doing a particular thing, let's say they're very close to you, family, children, wherever, and you don't reprimand them for their action, them who are doing the bad thing, they'll think it's okay. As you keep allowing it, what you keep allowing eventually will become something you can't control. It will become something you can't control. And that becomes very, very dangerous. You need to be very careful with how far you go, because every action has a reaction. It's all about time, and time is very interesting. You never know who you are messing around with, but time will put everything together. That energy you use to lie, to scam, to do all those things that are negative, that energy you can use it to do something positive. You'll build communities, you'll build trust, you'll build networks, and you grow. The same energy nations use to build all these military type of destructive things, if they used it well, they can build their own economy. It's okay to have them if you're protecting a country, but if you're going to destroy another one, makes no logical sense when your own people are suffering. So whatever you have, use it wisely. Be intentional with what you do. Use it wisely and don't go around destroying, because it takes time and everything will come back against you. It's all about time.